So China's the one that harvests the crop to make it. Isn't it a
I
flower
believe
that they
I've heard.
take it?
I believe I've heard that for that Betty Wap that it comes from China.
Hmm.
Oh,
Well, I don't think it does. I think the stuff from what I read, the I don't know what you call it, whatever you need to make it. What do they call it? Let me see what the legal term is called.
Oh, the chemical.
Yeah, the chemicals
The
needed
chemical comes
to
from China.
make it comes from China, but not the
Okay.
actual product itself. But the main chemicals needed to put it all together, like it's all like made, man-made, whatever.
Yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't give that a try and just try to get rid of some of this crap, because if that's the root of the problem is it's coming from these cartels, I mean, why wouldn't you deal with that first? And then
Let me see what it's called.
see that we may run into dealing with that, Mary, is that it's going to be the cartel is going to mix in with the civilians. It's going to be soldiers that get unalive, and people are going to be sort of like Afghanistan. We're going to be kind of like dealing with that
hmm
issue. So that
yeah,
might be the
I
only
mean,
drawback to it.
it's going to
Well,
have to
could
be a
this
very strategic plan to do that, but
it would be this could be another drawback, and I'm not sure, but for the people that are already here, the cartel that's already here in America, would that cause unalivings here in our own country while we were doing that over there?
I mean, what do you mean exactly? I mean, they're already doing that kind of thing, aren't they? I mean,
I
are you?
don't mean by like selling rugs. I mean by just like, you know, start
Mhm.
taking us out or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
taking us out.
Yeah, well, I guess that's when you'd need an AR.
Hey, Kimmy, I just looked it up. I just looked it up. They're called the precursor chemicals are the essential ingredients and the building blocks used to manufacture it.
Right,
Those
and that come
precursor chemicals come
that
from China.
right, that comes from China.
A large amount of them. I don't know if all of it comes from China, but a large amount of the precursor chemicals needed for it comes from China.
But you know, I don't
Well,
think that
maybe if
they
you
did.
could
I
stop
don't think that
that, how do you stop that?
I don't think
I
the
don't
government
know.
really want to get rid of it. I don't think the Mexican government really want to
know
stop it.
everything, Yo-Yo? You're assuming. Why don't you figure
Well,
that out?
I think
You're
that
assuming
Oh,
people are not here illegally trying to find a job in front of Home Depot.
I
That's
think
What?
what's
that
Girl, you
assuming. They could
always
be
got some dumb
legal.
shit to say. What? How does that make
Oh,
sense?
that's
Please tell me.
dumb. And you're the one
Please
assuming
tell
they're
me.
not
No,
legal.
please tell
They
me.
could be legal looking for a job, idiot. They don't have to
That's
be
kind of
illegal in
racist to
front of Home
think, to
Depot. They could
chill.
be legal in front of Home Depot, dummy, since you want to call somebody dumb.
Wait,
Why would they be standing outside of Home
Because they
Depot
don't have a
legal?
job and people need work done. I'm about to do some remodeling to my
So you're
kitchen.
trying
Maybe
to
I'll
say
go
I
get
don't know
one
that
of
they're
them.
Venezuelan?
Duh. How do
They
you know
don't
what
think
race they
they're
are?
Venezuelan? So
You
you're
don't know what
saying
they
I didn't
are?
know
Did
that
you go
they're
up and ask them where they
Venezuelan?
were born? Did you get their papers?
Maybe.
They could be Mexican. You don't know what they are.
Yes, I do.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yes, I do.
Sure you do.
I'm from
you know what?
Chicago. I've been around
Okay, so
Mexicans,
you're gonna look at
Puerto
someone and know where they're
Ricans,
from. Girl, bye.
Colombians. So I'm pretty sure they were
Girl, bye.
Venezuelan.
You can't look at them and know where they're from.
How
You
The
can
the
fuck
look
fuck
at
out of
you
here.
somebody.
know?
You can look at somebody and know what their
Mr. Denali,
ethnicity
how
is.
You
dumb does
got a
that
good
sound? Talking
idea. I
about
got a good
dumb.
idea.
Let me ask the question,
I'm so
please.
dumb. You want to do the
You
name
are
Yo-yo, give
dumb.
me
calling?
a
Okay.
second.
You still
Yo-yo.
dumb. You
Yo-yo and
say
two
you go
chill.
hard, but
Here.
you don't know what the
Whoa,
hell you talking
everybody.
about.
You don't know what the fuck you're
Your
talking
argument
about. How do
sounds
you know
stupid
they're
as
not
hell.
legal? Like I said.
You said what?
You act like people standing in front of Home Depot can't be legal. You know how dumb that sounds.
sound like another IQ test. Sound like another
No,
IQ
but how dumb
test.
does that sound? Someone standing in front of Home Depot waiting for someone to get homework remodeling done can't be legal.
You
But
think
maybe they
So think
could,
about
but they're
what you
they're
said.
not.
Think about what you said.
But
Just
they
think about
probably
what you said.
could, but they're
And
not.
then you're the one who
I'm
started
from
with the name
Chicago.
calling.
So Mexicans
You started with
and
the name calling, and I can
Venezuelans,
finish
that's the
it.
type of work that they do. But it doesn't
I
mean
don't
that
know
they're
who you think
legal
you
just
are,
because
but
they're
you think
standing
you
out
can
there.
call me a name, and I'm just gonna stand there and take it. Do
all right.
your research. That's not what I do.
You do the research. You're the one
Bitch,
telling
you
me
do
I'm
the
wrong.
research. You're the one
You don't
started with
even
the
know if
name
I speak
calling.
Spanish.
You
Well, why you
started
that's
the
such a
name
stupid
calling, and I
argument to
will
make.
finish it
That's just a
every
stupid
time.
argument to make. Girl, calm
Okay,
Girl,
down.
so
what? Girl,
Calm
what?
down. You
Girl,
sound
what?
stupid. You
You
try
calm
real
down.
hard
You're
to
the one
say a
started
lot
the
of
name
stuff,
calling. Grow
but
the
it
fuck
sounds
up.
dumb.
Why
It
don't you
sounds
grow
dumb.
up? You
No
started
one
the
was even
name
talking
calling.
to you.
You
So
started
this
the
what you
name
do.
calling.
You come out, you
Who
come off
started the name
crazy.
calling? You or
And
me?
so I don't care.
Well, grow the
Dumb,
fuck
dumb,
up. You
dumb.
started it. I'll
Dumb,
finish it.
dumb, dumb. That's what you are.
Grow
You
up.
should
How
have
about
came
you
in our
grow
bit.
up? You can't
No
have an
one was
adult
talking to
conversation
you.
without name
No
calling.
one was talking to you.
You
You should have
called
shut
me
the
a
hell
name.
up
What do you
and
mean?
listen to what I was
Run the
saying.
tape
But
back,
you want to
Mr.
come and
Denali.
try to
She
check
literally
me,
called me a
and you get
name.
mad when you
Slow
sound
ass.
dumb because you trying too hard to try to
I
check
ain't
me.
trying
It's
hard
not
for
even.
shit. You called me
It
a
was not
name.
even. It
And
was not
nothing
even a
funny to
reason for
about it.
you to
Man the fuck
interject.
up. You
It
said
was
it.
not even a reason for you to
Own up to what
interject.
you
You
said.
always do
Be a
that.
woman and
Just shut
woman
the
up to
hell
what
up
you
and
said.
mind
If
your
I say something to
business.
somebody,
You
I woman
always
up
trying to
and
jump
I
in,
say it.
jump around, add a little comment, and it don't
Why
even make
don't you add?
sense.
Why don't you woman up to what you
Why did you
said?
feel the need to interject? Was I
Why don't
talking
you
to
woman
you?
up to
Did
what
I
you
call
said?
you out? Did I call
Woman
you
up to
out?
what you said. If
Did
I
I
say
call
something,
you
I
out?
own it.
Did
Why
I
don't you
call you
own what
out?
you say?
No, you want to be in the mix so
No, own
bad.
what you say.
Just sit back
Be
if
a
you
woman
so
and say
fucking
that you
smart
said
then.
it.
If
God,
you
quit being
so
so
smart,
weak.
sit back. Why are
Quit
you
being so weak.
interjecting in
Own up to
something
what you
I'm talking
said.
about? Why are
Own
you
up to what you
interjecting when
said.
I'm
You
talking? I
called
was
a
not even
name and I'm
talking
gonna
to
finish
you.
it.
If you feel
Every
like you're so
time.
above, why do
Do
you
your
keep
research,
responding?
baby. Do your
Why do you
research.
keep responding? Why do you
Because
keep
you're stupid
responding?
and I don't
You
have to
needed to
accept
get
what you
help. You needed
say.
to get
That's
help from
why.
your husband.
I don't
You
have to
look a
accept what
fool.
you say.
Everything that come out
Why
your
don't you
mouth is
find
a
a husband?
fool.
How about you find a
You do
husband?
too much,
There you
and it's
go.
not enough.
There's an idea. Why don't you go find a fucking husband, bitch?
Oh my goodness.
Bitch,
Don't bring my husband into shit. This is between me and you.
well, shut the
Now
fuck
you
up.
really
And
done pissed
nobody
me
got
the
to
fuck
bring
off. You
nothing.
keep my
Yo,
fucking
yo,
husband
girl,
out of our
please. I'll
conversation,
bring
bitch.
him up again, and what you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna
What you
call you
gonna
a
do?
bitch again.
What you gonna
That's
do
what I'm
about
gonna
it?
do.
What
Go
you gonna do
find a
about it?
husband, bitch.
What you gonna do
How
about it?
about you go find a
What you
husband?
gonna do
There's an
about it?
idea.
I thought so. You ain't gonna
There's
do
an
shit,
idea. That's what I thought. So
bitch.
you can't get a fucking
What you
husband.
gonna do about it?
Take notes,
What
bitch,
you
and go
gonna do
find
about
one.
it? You couldn't even take notes
I'm
on
gonna
your
tell you to
dumbass
take notes to go
test.
find a husband.
On
That's
your
what I'm gonna do
dumbass
about it.
test, you was looking a fool. What you gonna do
What?
about it?
Do you want to challenge me to one?
What you gonna do about it?
How about you be the next challenger?
Your
Wow.
goofy ass, you
And
gotta
I was
cheat.
expecting a fucking IQ test, bitch.
Wait,
I
hang
did
on
an
a
IQ
second.
test,
I
which is
don't. There was
124.
no
I bet
cheating.
your fucking IQ
She
ain't
did cheat.
124,
She
bitch.
was stutter stepping one of them
I wasn't
questions.
stutter stepping a
One
shit.
of them
First of all, it was a
questions. If
trivia
the
question.
bitch
It
can
wasn't
shut up and
fucking
stop
IQ.
whining, you always
Everybody
whining.
First of all, it was
saw.
You
trivia,
always
dumbass. You don't know
whining.
the difference
No
between
one
IQ
was
and
even
trivia.
talking to you. Why,
Dummy.
Denali, if I'm having a question, if I'm talking to you, why she got to come in?
No,
I live
you
in
keep my
Chicago.
husband out of
You
it.
don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Keep
Why
my
are you
husband
coming
out
in
of it.
commenting on what the fuck I'm saying?
Keep my
And then you
husband name out of
crying
it.
and
How about
whining
that?
when I respond.
All
Oh,
right.
my husband, bitch, shut up. You do too
You brought him
much.
up, not me.
No
Go
one
find
was
a
talking
husband.
to
Go
you.
find a
Okay.
man.
You don't
Shit, let
know
alone
what
a
the
fucking
fuck I
husband,
was
bitch.
doing. These
Okay.
people in Chicago on the south side at the Home Depot are immigrants. They will tell you. But who the fuck are
Oh
you
yeah,
to
you
tell
stopped and
me?
had a
I
full-fledged
don't know
conversation
what,
with them,
but
bitch.
how do you
Who do you
know
think
if
you're
you're
talking
doing
to?
work on your home?
Okay,
Ain't
guys.
nobody
Everything,
that
you know
fucking
what?
dumb.
All right,
Everything I
ladies.
say,
Okay. All
this
right,
goofy
ladies.
hoe
Okay.
repeats.
Okay.
Now
You
all of
Okay.
a
the hoe
sudden,
that don't have a
Okay.
man.
now all of a
Ladies.
You the
sudden,
hoe
Ladies.
that don't have a
Ladies.
man. I
Ladies.
got a
Ladies.
husband,
Stop.
now
bitch.
all of a
Yo
sudden,
yo.
I,
she
Yo
you
doesn't
yo.
being the hoe
care.
Yo
is way
yo.
higher
Yo
than me.
yo.
Ain't that
Yo
funny?
yo. Too
Now
chill.
she
Stop. Woo. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Count to 5. Take a breath. Because it's not getting anywhere. It's not getting anywhere. Husbands and dumb bit. I mean, it's okay. Let it go. But I mean, okay. Let's just woosah for a second here. Okay. Let's woosah. You guys have on opposing sides, and both of y'all know Chicago. Yoyo's from Peoria, and 2CHILL, you're in Chicago. Yoyo's from Peoria, and 2CHILL, you're in Chicago. So you guys know Illinois well, and you just have different opinions on the same situation. 2CHILL, are you saying that you can tell a person's ethnicity?
Denali, but what? But okay, here's the point though. Yes, I grew up in Humble Park, so I told you before. A lot of my family is Puerto Rican.
Okay.
Okay, so usually Latinas can determine each other. It's just like all
I
black
didn't know that. Okay.
people sometimes don't look the same, you know.
Mm.
But But the point was, why does she feel to need to check me? Like I was talking to you, and it was a little joke on basically on the conversation we had where you were saying Trump got rid of all, there's no more immigration and blah, blah, blah. Now you're mad and crying that I said something, but why did you feel the need to come in on our conversation and, oh, you don't know this,
Okay,
you don't know
that's
that.
a that's an
Am I
excellent that's an
First of
excellent.
all, I didn't talk
okay?
to
Okay.
Hang
her.
on, Yo-Yo. Let me
Okay.
ask the question, Yo-Yo. Why did you feel the need to come into the conversation? What was it that 2CHILL said that felt for you to come in and attempt to correct the record?
Because it sounded like a racist statement. Like people standing in front of Home Depot can't be legal, even if they're from Venezuela. They could be a legal Venezuelan.
Okay,
That's
I
why I made
mean,
a statement. Like, how do you know they're not legal standing in front of Home Depot? That's
okay,
it. That's
2CHILL,
all
is
I
that?
said. And for her to get
It,
that upset for a
okay,
statement
I
like
got
that
you. I
was
got you.
unnecessary.
2CHILL, is it possible that legal people who are legally here in the country can be out in front of Home Depot, or is it only undocumented people who are in front of Home Depot?
Well, here in Chicago, typically, because this is a sanctuary city.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is, you're always arguing about Trump getting rid of people. That's why you
I
voted
know,
for
but I'm
him to
saying
get.
that, but I'm
But
gonna get to that in a second. But is
okay,
it possible that legal people who are legally able to be in the country who are of Latino descent can they stand in front of Home Depot, or is your assumption that everyone who stands in front of Home Depot who's Latina or Latino descent is undocumented?
typically,
Okay,
typically.
generally you
But
would say yes.
these guys I have talked to before. But typically, immigrate, like everyone's scared. So I don't know many Hispanics
Hmm.
here that have green cards that are
Okay.
Can I
many
ask a question?
Would you,
Hispanics,
one
Mexicans.
second,
Now,
Mary.
Hey, Mr.
yeah.
Denali, if they're scared, would they be standing in front of
That's
Home
what I
Depot?
was just
I
about
got
to
you, Yo-Yo.
ask.
Give me a second. Just give
That's
me
what
a
I was
That's what
second.
you
gonna.
were going to
Give
ask,
me,
Mary. Does that make
Yeah,
logical
that's what
sense?
I was
well,
gonna
listen,
say.
everybody.
I'm scared, but I'm going to stand in
Yo-Yo,
front of Home
Yo-Yo,
Depot.
Yo-Yo, Yo-Yo, please, please.
This girl, you
Please. It's
spazzing out,
okay.
girl.
Listen, I got it under control. Please, 2CHILL. So generally, anybody who's standing in front of Home Depot, that's the rule that they would be undocumented. Now, I think Yo-Yo was also saying that if you're saying that, that could be considered kind of a racially insensitive thing. Would you agree with that, 2CHILL?
No, what does the
Okay.
race have to? So did I? So what
Ma'am,
did I?
so hang on. If a white person
No,
said
okay.
it,
Let me no.
that
Just
would
just
be.
listen,
Go ahead.
Denali. Can you just stay with this? So,
Go ahead.
so what's the racist part? That all? What did I say that was racist?
Well, I
All
guess
the
saying
Venice.
that if you're Latino descent and you're standing in front of Home Depot, you are undocumented. If a white person, give me a second, Mary. If a white person said that, would you consider that to be not racist, but would you consider it to be at a minimum racially insensitive?
Words matter.
Mhm.
So here in
So
Chicago,
let's say this:
Oh
if
God.
Donald Trump said, "Yeah, all the undocumented people are standing in front of Home Depots. Go to Home Depots, and you will find a bunch of undocumented immigrants and arrest them and send them back to their country." Would you consider that to be a racially insensitive comment at a minimum?
do you remember the other day? EK is from Chicago, and we were saying like, man, they're all in the police. They're at the police station. They're over here, they're there. So here in Chicago, yes, they are in groups. They're at the police station as well, but I didn't visit the police
That's not what
station.
he
I
asked
agree with
you.
you, but the question is, would
So
you consider
I
that to
didn't
be
say
racially
all of
insensitive by
them,
Donald Trump? If he
but
said that, would you consider that to be racially insensitive at a minimum and maybe even out and out racist? If Donald Trump said what you said,
no.
you would not say Donald Trump is racist for using that kind of language.
No, he uses all type of language all the time.
I know
But
that particular language.
that's a truth. It
Okay,
was a
great.
dig.
Okay, all right.
Okay, it's a dig. It's a dig. Really, at what you said that all immigrants are gone and he eradicated, and that's what you guys vote. Even these Trump people, Marion, what's her name? You guys voted for Trump to get rid of immigration or illegal immigrants, and
I
just
got
so happen these illegal immigrants in groups are or at this one particular because it's kind of in the hood a little bit. at Home Depot, and they are at police stations, and they're at another place too, because Chicago is a sanctuary city, so they have them in bunches at several places.
They're
So
at a
that wouldn't
police
be a
station?
lie. That's not racist.
Okay.
There's not Mexicans. They're Venezuelans. Just how they bust all the Venezuela Mexicans to Texas, from Texas
Mm-hmm.
to New York at a particular time.
Okay.
That I know for a fact. And I
Okay.
saw them. So that wouldn't be like, oh my God, you're
Okay.
lying. He didn't do that. He did it. It was on TV too.
Riddle me this.
No one's disputing that.
Also, the governors, the governor from Texas, I believe, bust a lot of immigrants to Chicago.
That's
And it
true.
was a big deal.
I
So
agree
it's
with
not
you.
so
Thank God.
crazy. Like, oh, I just picked up some people. No, they were doing this all summer.
I don't
There's
think
like
anybody denied.
100,000.
I don't think anybody denied that though.
Okay, so what was so crazy? Because I was talking to you and it was pretty much a joke, but it is true.
No,
So
we're
riddle
what's
me
talking
this.
about. I
racist?
think
The fact that
Yoyo's
it was racist,
Yoyo's
that's what
claim
he's
was
saying to
that
you.
saying
And then
that.
you're saying that if Trump said it, oh no, I wouldn't think it was racist. Yes, you would.
She's not woman enough to admit that, Mills.
See what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Just say
Look
it.
it.
Yes, I
These
would say
look,
that.
look, look. You're goof. This is why you get called names, because you're telling me. I'm
That's
telling
okay.
you.
I can call names back. I'm a
Okay,
grown
shut
woman.
the
Yo, give me a
hell
second.
up, girl.
All right,
Make
listen.
me.
Okay,
How about you make me?
Damn.
how about
Good
we're
luck
gonna
making
agree?
You
me.
so tired. You
I think
are.
we're going to agree to
You
disagree.
started the name calling, not me. Grow
But
up.
I'm not talking to you.
You
But
That's
Mr.
your
started it.
Denali, she
problem.
At the end
tiptoed
of the day,
around
you
the
started
Hang
it.
on
question
a
and
Don't
second,
didn't
forget
y'all.
that.
answer the
Let's not
question
forget that.
directly.
Okay.
That's what it
All right.
was.
Can we?
Let's
Okay.
focus
Listen.
on that.
I wouldn't. I said no. I
You
would not
started the name
consider
calling
Trump.
at the end of
I
the
would not
day.
consider him a
Let's
racist.
all not
But
forget
your
that.
stupid
She
ass and the
already
other
Let's
bitch
said.
all
up
now here we go
there,
again.
both
Yo,
Last
can't
name don't
even
mean
Uh,
nothing,
answer
Mr.
it.
stop,
Denali.
I said
stop,
the answer
stop,
2, 3
stop, stop, stop. She already said no. Now you
two,
can
three times.
hang on, 2CHILL.
Stupid
I
hoe.
asked her a very definitive question, and she gave a very definitive answer. Now you can take that what you want, believe it, not believe it. This is what she said. Okay. I don't know where
and
else we're gonna
she
go from
better
here.
never say that he's a racist again.
She okay.
Riddle me this.
Hang
You
on,
said something
man. I want to
about,
get something else out of the way.
well, I'll forget
Because
it, but
it was two people, Samson and Yoyo. There was a lot of insults called. Tucho, are you willing to go up against Yoyo to take her title with the trivia IQ test to find out who's smarter?
She don't be you trying to get answers from her husband that she don't
No,
want to
husband, hang
answer.
on, just for the record.
She was in a different room. What are
Yo-Yo,
you talking
please.
about?
You're a
I got
liar.
it covered. Yo-Yo, please.
Your
Please.
eyeballs was
Please.
rolling all
Hang on a
around.
second. Stop. There's no evidence. The thing is, will be up on YouTube tomorrow, that there was any cheating on either side. People said that Walker Bay said that if he would have that he was listening to his wife. No, what he said was, had he listened to his wife or got the answers from his wife, he would not have lost. So there was no cheating on either side. We had the cameras on everybody. They had the cameras on their pen, so there was no cheating. Mr. James, Yo-Yo's husband, was in another room.
Well, the thing, she did win, but she just talked too much, so I can't even get that out. And she need what's her name to sidekick to gaslight her.
Ooh.
I'm a woman. I can stand 100% on everything I
talking about?
say.
You don't need a sidekick.
Everything
I
I
stand
say.
on what I say.
Yo-Yo,
You're not
please,
woman
Yo-Yo,
enough.
Look
I
back
got
in the
it covered,
clips.
Yo-Yo.
You're not woman
She's
enough.
just a spazzer.
I got it
Girl,
covered, Yo-Yo.
she needs so much attention.
Who
You're
you
too
talking-
old for that.
Wait,
You're too old.
who was she sidekicking with?
Okay, so and one of the questions, so she did win, and you could hear but her eyeballs was rolling all around, and one of the questions though, her you could see how she wrote it. So it was only one where I felt like it was suspect
All right,
and
she won
cheated.
by 5.
But
so,
she
I mean,
won. I never denied that she won.
Okay,
These
so the
girls
question
are
is, and I'm
crying
going to
about
ask it
something
again. I
else.
think you already answered it. You're willing to attempt to take Yo-Yo's title?
Yeah, I'll do a test. No problem.
Wow.
money in on this one.
Wow. Okay, please.
Good. Trailer, ho.
Oh. Okay, hang on a second.
You called me a
Let's
hoe.
stay there for a
Bird brain.
second.
And
Hang
bird
on.
brain and
Hang
airhead.
hang on. Okay, Yo-Yo. Okay, teacher, what is your availability? 2CHILL, what is your availability?
Next week. I'm
Are
free.
we talking about the weekend?
Um, no, one of the weekdays. So like Monday to when am I done?
You want to do a week from
Um,
today?
yeah, I'm gonna be out of town
Okay.
tomorrow, and I'll be like on a plane, on a this or that.
Okay, I
So
got you. So
I
we're
want to be
talking
sitting
about
at home.
next a week from today is Monday.
So
That work for you? Let's find out if that works for you.
let's see. Can we do Wednesday of next week? Wednesday.
10 days?
I'm going out of town,
Okay, all right.
so
You're
I'll be
going.
in a hotel.
Okay,
I
no
might could do
problem.
it, but my
I understand. You want to be focused.
I want to be at home.
I
I
know.
might could do it in a hotel.
Walker Bay did it in a camper.
Well,
Yeah,
that's not his home.
yeah. So I did like how she did have her cue cards and a marker, so
Mm-hmm.
it was clear. Walker Bay had the piece of paper. It was kind of like
Yeah, I got you.
a little sus. So I do like that. I can go get some cards.
Okay,
So
give
that
me,
way we
give me
can
the
hold
day.
the card up at the same time.
Well,
I
give me
agree.
the day.
Oh, next week is just really better
So
because I'm gonna be
You
in a
Wednesday,
gotta
hotel.
study.
I'm working. I'm working.
I
So
understand.
I
So
don't
listen, you
know.
said that you would do it. If you're saying no, that's fine. If you're saying next Wednesday, that's also fine.
Yeah, I'm off. I'll be at my home. I'll have internet. You see what I'm saying?
I do. I'm just
Okay, good. Because you keep asking. Next week will be the best. Now, if
okay.
that don't
Great.
work, then
So Wednesday next week, Yo-Yo, would Wednesday of next week work for you?
Wednesday evening.
Yes, we do prime time EST. Eastern Standard Time.
Hold on. What date is Wednesday? Yeah. Wednesday's fine.
Wednesday's fine. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna lock you guys in. Yo-Yo's putting her belt up on the. Oh my God, I'm messing up. Yo-Yo's putting her belt, a trophy. She's putting it up on the line. 2 days after winning it. That is confidence right there. To put your thing up on the line right after winning it. I mean, that's amazing. So yeah. Wait, where's your trophy at?
And Mr. Denali, I wasn't even expecting a trivia. Wasn't I expecting an IQ test, like a real IQ test?
Yes. It was a combination of both.
No, I'm saying what I was expecting.
That is
Correct?
correct. Yes,
All right. Just for the record, it was supposed to be an IQ test, not trivia.
that is correct. Okay. But it did have some IQ test questions in there as well. So
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I thought it was
got
going to
you.
be
So
like
it's gonna
a
be
IQ
kind of the
test.
same.
Just saying, like, I thought it was going to be
So
like
it's gonna
a
be
IQ
kind of the
test.
same
That's
format.
fine.
Trivia,
I was like,
IQ,
that's crazy. That's
trivia,
crazy. Trivia is the same as the IQ
trivia,
test.
I.
I
Okay.
literally,
All
and
right,
now I
ladies,
know
hang
what it
on. Let me.
is.
Well,
I was
Ladies,
you
talking
don't
about
see
the
me
wow.
other
spazzing out.
This
day,
here
You
you
don't
is
see
know.
me coming in on your
I was
conversation
talking
spazzing
about
out.
the other
Yeah, I
day,
was too.
Chill.
I
okay,
was too the
ladies.
first
I'm gonna
time.
cut your
And
mics
you
off.
came
I'm
in
trying
with
to
your
get
dumb
through it.
shit.
Ay, ay, ay. Calm down, please. Oh man, there's a lot of heat right here. Okay, Yo-Yo in grand fashion is putting her trophy up on the line. One day, less than 30 hours after she won it, she's putting it up on the line next Wednesday. Not this Wednesday coming up, the following Wednesday on the line against 2CHILL of Chicago. Both those ladies are from Peoria. Uh, Yo-Yo lives in
Peoria is not
Arizona.
Chicago, honey.
I'm sorry.
I
Peoria
have
is not
family in
Chicago.
Chicago. I'm not from Chicago. I'm from
Well, I
Peoria.
said Illinois.
Well, you said Peoria, and I'm just letting you know that's not Chicago.
I didn't say Chicago. I said Illinois. Both of you are from Illinois, right? I mean, did I misspeak?
It's silent. It's Illinois.
Yeah, well, I'm being. Oh my goodness, guys.
I'm
Anyway,
just
next
doing you.
Wednesday, prime time, Yo-Yo versus 2CHILL in the Battle of Titans on trivia and IQ and general knowledge. Wow, amazing. Okay, we got you guys locked in.
Hey Denali, can I do a spelling contest with somebody?
You want to start giving people spelling tests?
I'd love to do a spelling contest.
The first word should be bird brain or
Bird
airhead.
brain?
Brain. What the hell?
Bird
At
brain.
least you can talk, Mary, without calling names.
Yeah, I don't.
Mm.
I mean, I
At least you
wanted
can
to
have
make
a
sure.
conversation without name
What
calling.
exactly was it that you called me to, Chill? Just so I can get it right. What was it?
2CHILL called you a name.
You called me a few. Go ahead and say it
You
again.
know,
What was
What
it?
did she say? What
At
did
least you can
2CHILL
be
say?
intellectual and have a
She did call you
conversation
a
without
hoe,
calling
Mary.
names, Mary.
You
Yeah,
called
she
her
called me a
what?
hoe, and then
She
something
called you a
about.
hoe. I
Oh, you
remember that
called
one.
2CHILL. You called Mary a hoe?
Yeah, she did.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't hear.
Something
Whoa.
else before that.
That's
Bird
all
brain,
she
I
could
guess.
do is call names.
She doesn't have any factual, intellectual conversation
Exactly.
ever, so she has to resort to name calling, which just makes her sound exactly like what she's projecting on other people.
All right.
Oh my
Next Wednesday's
God.
date is
I
the
Oh my god.
I
next
was
Wednesday.
just stating a fact, and
Next
you and your
Wednesday.
friends
Okay, ladies. Next
didn't they
Her
Wednesday.
come
voice sounds
in?
like nails on a
Okay, can
chalkboard.
I?
What, what,
Okay,
Mr. Denali,
everybody.
what recess is this? Listen to how she sounds like a 5-year-old.
Okay,
How she
listen. Hang on a
acts.
second.
Why
This
you
is
so
gonna.
pressed? Why you so pressed about me,
Why do
Yo-Yo?
you act like a
You mad
5-year-old is
because
a
you let
better
the fool?
question.
Why? Why you so
Why do you act
pressed?
like this kindergarten is a
Why you
better
so
question?
pressed?
How
You
about that?
you come
How
off
about that's a
mute
way
and
better
scream
question?
in
Why you acting so
Me and
childish?
Mr. Denali's
Why you
conversation,
can't act like a
and you
grown
said
woman is
I'm
a
the
better question?
5-year-old.
A much better question.
All
Who
right.
is the
So
5-year-old? You
You
jumped in our
are. You
conversation
are. You're
though.
Yo-Yo,
changing your
can
voice and
Yo-Yo,
everything. You
Control
need to
Yo-Yo,
have a
yourself. Why
conversation
you
without
so
name calling.
Yo-Yo,
Grow the
pressed?
fuck up.
Yo-Yo, Yo-Yo. Just please, let's leave it alone for a second. It
Why
is
she
on.
so pressed,
It's
Denali?
on June. Hang on.
Why are you
It's
so
on.
childish is a better
It's
question.
on
Why she
June.
so pressed?
It's on June 11th. Okay, 7 p.m. prime time on Wednesday. 2CHILL versus it'd be 2CHILL versus Yo-Yo because Yo-Yo is the champion. So her name goes 2CHILL versus 2CHILL is challenging Yo-Yo to that competition. So we'll have another one very close after we had this one. Yo-Yo just won the trophy and already it's up for grabs.
And she back crying the next day.
I
Like,
don't know. I don't know
go
if she's crying.
celebrate.
I wouldn't say crying.
Denali, why is she so mad? Can you give her a compliment or something?
What
She is
Paul,
pissed.
you
She
think?
pissed off. She not
Chill,
even
she
from
doesn't need any
Chicago, but
compliments.
she's trying to
It's
tell
very
me who's
clear.
in Chicago.
Okay. Can
Mary, does
we?
it look like I need compliments?
That's
Can
what I
we?
was just saying.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yo-Yo does not
Yes.
need
beautiful.
That's why
Thank
compliments.
you.
Mary
It
right
is
there.
All
And
right.
it
hands
still ain't
down.
helping you.
All right, so I'm going to play this clip. This is about a Home Depot somewhere near Chicago, and let's listen to the news report, okay?
News.
Depot is at the center of a growing community frustration. Customers, neighbors, they say that this store has become a magnet for migrant loitering and harassment. Some residents tell us they no longer feel safe visiting the store. Tia Ewing investigates those complaints. It's not unusual to see people outside Home Depot looking for work, but customers and neighbors say the crowds have grown significantly, now fueled by an influx of migrants. They say it's turned shopping and even just walking down 87th Street near the Dan Ryan chaotic. Men, 4, 5, 6, and they're asking you, can I clean your car? Can I wash your windshield? And then they come up to you like they are contractors working and their work is good. This video shot over the weekend shows the scene outside the Home Depot in Princeton Park on Chicago's South Side. Customers and neighbors say they're being harassed by groups of alleged migrants and the complaints
what are
keep
you
coming
doing?
in. Neighbors and a former employee say the crowding has grown significantly since Texas Governor Greg Abbott began busing migrants to Chicago. Just to get into the parking lot, they're impeding on traffic. They're outside. It's just so many of them where, it's
Leave
to
that
me, it's
alone.
unsafe. Neighbors
Hey,
also say
pistol.
trash is piling up. A street food vendor has taken over the sidewalk with little, if any, action taken to fix the problem. Home Depot really can't do anything, which is upsetting because that's their business. And last time they did try to, intervene, the lawsuit. They had a lawsuit. The Home Depot is responding with this statement. We have a long-standing non-solicitation policy at our stores. Our top priority is the safety of our associates and customers, and we invest significant resources in making sure they can work and shop safely. Our ongoing approach includes technology, personnel, and close relationships with law enforcement and elected officials. And speaking of elected
Can I
officials,
finish
election
eating?
calls were made to aldermen of the
Can I eat?
Oh, that Samson talked to his dog. Yeah, that just illustrates what happened, what was going on, why Donald Trump is doing what he's doing. They're doing raids in Chicago at Home Depot, workplace raids. I don't know if you guys have seen those online and things like that. So listen, that's what was going on, and that's why what's happening now is a lot of people agree with it, and that's what a lot of people voted for with Trump. Okay.
Denali, can you who was that? Who did they say bust in the migrants?
Oh no, it was Gregory Abbott of Texas busted
Oh,
it.
does that? So I'm just curious. That you just played. Does that mean everything I was saying when I was speaking directly to you? Was I right or
No,
did I lie?
yeah, I mean, no. I don't think anybody could say that you're wrong because I don't think anybody here has denied
Oh, I
that
think they
Abbott.
did. I think one said you're a liar and you're
Who said
racist.
you're a liar? Who said that?
Um,
Mr. Denali, we
the
talked about
bird
that
brain
months
and the
ago. That's
airhead.
old news. That's old news. We talked
Oh,
about
look,
that
that's
months ago.
oh.
No, I'm
So I
saying who
was
called?
right.
No,
Said
I'm
you're
saying
a
two
liar
chill,
that
two
Abbott was
chill. Who called
busting
you a
in. No one ever
racist?
said that. I
Who
said,
called
thank
you a
God.
racist
Bird
or a liar?
brain,
We talked
bird
about that
brain,
months
and
ago,
Okay,
Mr.
hang
G,
on
airhead.
a
about
second.
them being
Listen,
bussed
listen,
in.
listen, listen. People have names. We're gonna stop with the name calling. I mean, come on now.
Sorry, the
You know
blonde.
this kindergarten,
Okay.
Mr.
All right.
Denali.
So Mary Ash, you said you were
When
lying?
I was talking to you, I was telling you, man, I went to the Home Depot and you
Mhm.
said all of, that's what Trump been saying. That's what all these Trump supporters been saying. We want to get rid of the migrants and blah blah blah. So I said I went to Home Depot. They're not all gone, Denali. What happened? Talking to you, this one over here jumped in and said I'm wrong or I'm lying. Then the one above me, Mary said, I'm lying and I'm racist,
I
and they're
didn't say
so
you were
That's
mad.
lying. I
not what
said
I
And
you
you
were.
said.
just
If you're
played.
gonna
Now,
repeat me,
see
say it
see
right.
how I
If
can't
you're gonna
finish?
quote
Now
me,
you
say it
just
right. That's
played
not what I
everything that
said.
I just said. So I really want the real question
If you
is,
quote
if
me
I
right.
wasn't lying, why are you so pressed? Why are you so pressed, Yo-Yo and
The
Mary?
Abbott wasn't brought up. What are you talking about?
Hold on.
You don't listen
You're
good.
The
That's why
whole
I keep
topic
Both
on.
of
right now
you.
was Abbott and busting them in. So what are you talking about?
That's
All
what
right.
I
what?
just said. That's what I'm talking about. I just
No,
said
I
Let
that.
didn't
me.
say
can't
anything
get a
Okay.
word
about
in.
Abbott, Mr.
All
Nunley.
right.
She
Let
said
me
Home
give.
Depot.
Okay.
What is
Hang on
she
a second.
talking
Let me
about?
give two chill. You were right. Abbott did bust him in. I don't think anybody disagreed with
Nobody
that,
said
as
he
well as
didn't.
They do
DeSantis.
disagree. That's what she's
Okay,
arguing.
hang on a
No,
And I'm
second,
trying to
no
Mary.
ask
one
her,
said he
why is
Hang
she
on,
didn't.
hang on.
arguing it? And you
Yo-yo,
just
yo-yo,
played it.
yo-yo.
That's a
Mary, do you
liar.
disagree the fact that Abbott bust them in from Texas
That's
into?
not what we're
That's
arguing.
not what we were talking about.
That's not what we're arguing. We're
Find out what
arguing.
they're talking about.
It
I
wasn't
bet you
even
it's
I'll,
the
nothing.
topic, Mr.
I
Nunley. This is
bet
the
you
you
first
it's
know,
time
if
it's
nothing.
if
brought
you
up.
could mute 2CHILL, that would
I'm
be
a mute.
really
I'm gonna mute
helpful.
myself. I
Thank
bet
you.
you don't have an answer.
Okay. What we were arguing,
The
Denali.
92% Denali?
What are
Damn.
you? Okay, Mary, go ahead.
What we were arguing was what she said was very racist, that she went ahead and assumed that everybody that was out there looking for work was illegal. You can't just assume that just because there's people looking for work that they are illegal.
Okay,
That was a racist comment. That is all that we said. Nobody
right.
said that there weren't possibly some illegals. We
Mm-hmm.
said what she said was a very racist comment. And
Okay.
as we started this live saying that we call bullshit out when it's a racist comment, we don't tolerate that here. So
So,
you're
okay,
the
my
prime
follow-up
example
question,
of what
Mary,
you said
would
we
All
be
right.
shouldn't
if it's
So,
tolerate.
hang
racist,
on. Before we
okay,
It
have a.
was
I
racist.
just
Okay.
okay,
Before
so
we
if
have.
it's
Hang on.
racist,
Before we have a follow up, we were talking about the whether the comment that you made was race. That's what Yo-Yo had talked about, and it seems that's what Mary's talking about now. Two Chill is saying no, that's not a racist statement. I don't think she's saying it's racially insensitive. Is that correct, Two Chill?
yeah, you pretty much just read what I said out of my mouth. You read about the migrants being bussed in from Chicago. I gave further contents about them being at the not just Home Depot. If you feel like Home Depot is racist, I gave further information about them being at the police stations
Mm-hmm.
and in other places here in Chicago.
Why the hell
Right.
And
would you be at
and
the police
So
station if you're trying to hide?
you
Two
see,
Chill. Hang
please
on a second.
listen to her. Listen to her.
She's saying that statement is not racist. Now you
Yeah.
can believe it or not. That's what she's on the record as saying.
But riddle me this.
Denali, what she just said is, why would they be at the police station? So maybe you could play it again
Why don't
because
you let me finish my damn thought?
because it's
You keep
struggling.
interrupting. It's like you
It's
just have
struggling.
no self-control, and nobody here is struggling but you, honey.
All right.
No,
Okay?
honey.
I think we're
That
going to
Berber.
just table it because we're not going to get anywhere. 2CHILL says that's not a racist statement.
You
It's
just read it,
absolutely a
Denali,
racist
didn't you?
No,
statement.
2CHILL. Give me a second. The statement is that you can say that if someone is standing in front of Home Depot of Latin descent, that they generally would be undocumented. That's your statement, 2CHILL. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, fine. Go with that.
So if you
Is that
assume
not what
that
it is?
Yeah, go with yeah.
Okay, so you're
At
saying that's
this.
not racist to think that. I asked you if Donald Trump said it. You said you would not consider him that to be a
Okay.
racist statement
Right.
or
We
racist
did.
incident.
I did. I'm
Okay.
not scared to say
So
that.
that I think
But what I'm saying
that
is
was the
that
rub
you
was.
read what I'm
very
saying, Denali,
hypocritical.
is that you read a news article stating that this is what they're doing. They're at the home. It's been on the news. So this isn't
Yeah,
it's
but
not a
they're not.
race thing.
They have to have cause to find out if they are illegal or not. They can't just go up and assume everyone is.
Right. No one is saying that.
You
No one's
did.
saying
You did assume it. You assumed every single person was from Venezuela and that they were illegal.
I think that's what I heard.
That's exactly what she freaking
And that's when
said.
Yo-Yo. I think that's when
If
Yo-Yo jumped in and said, "Well, you could be a legal status and be in front of Home Depot."
right. Yeah,
That
you
was all
can.
I
You can.
said. And then she
Okay,
started
and
the
then I
name
agreed
calling.
though. I agreed. Like, okay, yeah, because if you guys
No.
want, you asked
So
me,
wow.
asked me,
I think
did
I
I
heard
pull their
agreement.
papers?
I think I heard
Pressful.
agreement. I think I'm going to take that as a win.
Yeah, we said, did you pull your paper? We said, did you pull their papers? Because that'd be the only way to prove that they were illegal. Because
Right,
you
and I
don't
said no,
know.
and I
You
said
don't
no.
know.
But I said,
Okay.
I said no. That's what the fuck. Y'all don't
Okay,
listen.
everybody
No.
stop.
Stupid.
Everybody stop.
Even when somebody agree with her, she still don't get it. Bird brain.
We came to an agreement.
Damn,
We're
she don't
kinda
even
over
get
that.
it.
Let's
She don't even
stop.
get it though.
Okay, no, I think she does. We're
I don't
done.
think so.
Well, I mean, listen.
I get way
Okay.
more than you.
Whew. Okay, Spanish Ma, how you doing, my good friend up there in New York City? How are you? Haven't
I'm
seen you
good.
in a while.
I know. I just wanted to come up here. I see my old crew up here. We got Mel and Mary and
Help me! Help! I'm gonna mouth. Help me! Help me! Help me!
Well, Trump is president, so you know
Yes.
we're good. We're okay. But I just wanted to come up and say hello. That's all.
Have you been okay? You?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good, good, good. Glad to hear it. Okay. Whew. Paul, what am I gonna do, man?
It's chaos. It's chaos. But you know what? I love how the pivot to go back to Trump and how Trump was deporting all the people, all the
I don't know that was
illegals. You know, it's like, yeah, he's deporting the illegals. He's not deporting migrants. He's deporting people who are in this country illegally. Not all migrants are here illegally. He's deporting the illegals. So this whole idea that because people are hanging out in front of different businesses, they're automatically designated as illegals. Do you think that they would just be hanging out in front of Home Depot or wherever they are and not being afraid of ICE coming in and swooping in on them? I seriously doubt that.
Exactly, Paul.
The article again, Denali. I don't think some of your geniuses
That's
heard
not
it.
the point. The
Denali,
point
wasn't that an old article?
My
That's an
God,
old
man.
article.
It was from
Just because Governor
okay.
Abbott shipped all these people up to northern cities doesn't mean that everybody who's hanging out in front of businesses are illegals. How do you jump to that conclusion? That's completely irrational. Completely irrational. My God, man. Wow. Wow. Good luck again. Good luck against Yoyo. Good luck. Good luck.
Wait, you think she doesn't? Wait, hang on a second, Paul. You think she doesn't have a chance?
She has no.
You saying
I've
2-2
been
doesn't
listening
have
to
a
her for the
chance
last
against
hour.
Yo-Yo?
She has no chance. No chance whatsoever.
Let me go around. I'm curious about because I don't know if I would say that. Kimmy, what do you say? I'm going around. I'm going to take a poll. Yo-Yo versus 2CHILL.
Pull on the
Hey, I got you covered,
cue.
Mary.
Okay.
Just want to talk to the panel for right now. Kimmy, is she there? Okay, she's not answering. Spanish Mod, you have anything on this? Trivia between
Oh,
Yo-Yo
yeah,
and 2CHILL?
Yo-Yo, definitely.
Yo-Yo?
Yo-Yo,
Okay,
yeah.
Paul says Yo-Yo. Samson,
Chance.
she has a chance.
Yeah, she got a chance.
Are you leaning in one direction or the other?
I like both of them, so I'm gonna stay in the middle.
You're going to stay in the middle, okay?
Stay in the middle.
Mel's 8. Mel's 8.
I don't really know 2CHILLs very well to speak on it. Yo-Yo's my girl. Always gonna have I have to side with Yo-Yo.
Okay, and Mary, I assumed you going with Yo-Yo.
Oh, hands down.
Okay, all right. All right, well, listen, we'll find out on the 11th at 7 p.m. what's happening. Wow.
But I do have a question for 2CHILLs.
Sure.
So 2CHILLs, you did say that you could, by looking at a person of Latin descent or Hispanic, that you know first off based off what they are. Mexican, what were they she saying that they were? The
Venezuelan.
ones
Venezuelan.
okay, yeah, Venezuelan. So then there's two Hispanic women up here. What am I and what is Spanish Ma, since you have that power of knowing?
Well, she can't tell by a picture. You got to come on camera so she can see your face.
Oh, no, you're not gonna get me on camera, Samson, sorry.
it's
But
kind of hard
I
to
just
tell
think
by a
that's a
picture.
very ignorant thing to say, that you knew they were Venezuelan, based off just them being there. Um, so there's two on here. What are we?
Oh, right. Spanish mom.
I would just go back to, if you believe whatever they were saying, which it sounds like from the comments, just go with that, and it's all good.
I'm
Because
not,
I really, I don't want to. I don't. I'm done with it.
well, Miss Too Chill,
Um,
I don't know if you know me or not, but I have my own mind and I don't think about anybody else. It's
yeah,
what
but
you said
no, I'm not
directly.
going off that. I'm going off what you were saying in the comments, like Yo-Yo's right and you're crazy and all that. So I would
I
just
never said you
roll.
were crazy.
I mean, what? Okay, you guys gonna pick what word? Okay, but you're going off in the comments. Gonna pick what word? Okay, but you're going off in the comments. So just go with
Let's
whatever
see what I
you're.
wrote in the comments. I'm gonna go back to see.
Okay, because they were screaming and really she was popping off. So I didn't
Well, I'm
say.
not popping off. I'm just
I
having a
didn't. I
genuine
did. I know you're
conversation.
not. But what
The
I was
victim
saying.
mentality. You start the
Okay,
name
girl.
calling.
Bye.
You
Bye. I'm
start the
done.
name
Yo-Yo,
Go
calling,
ahead.
and
yo-yo,
Look
then
at
want to
look.
play
yo-yo,
Look at
victim.
your
yo-yo,
hands.
No, she
yo-yo,
started the name
Spazzy. You are
calling,
so
yo-yo,
Mr.
relax.
spazzy.
Denali.
Yo-yo, I got it
Why
covered.
can't nobody talk? Why you so
Too chill.
pressed?
I got it. I
Denali,
got
can
it.
you just
Yo,
ask
too
her?
chill. Too chill.
Can you ask her? Why is she so pressed?
We're not doing that. Miss Mel's 8. Did you finish with
I
your
can't
question of
even.
Too chill?
I can't have a conversation. Maybe I should get off so she could feel better about
No, don't worry
herself.
about that. I got that under control. Mel's 8.
Shit.
No, that's just the question I had because, you made a statement like that. That's pretty bold because not even me, who is Hispanic and Latin descent, can know based off of just looking at somebody.
Yeah, but that wasn't really what I said. What I initially said, they were complaining that how did you know they were Venice or it was racist? It was racist. So what I said, so it didn't even have anything to do with, I guess, them being Venezuelan. I knew they were Venezuelan because that's what was going on, and I tried to explain that. That's what's going on in Chicago. Migrants being bused. They weren't there before we were having this migrant problem. So we know, and I did mention, I keep saying they're in police stations as well. So if I never went into the police station and looked and see, oh, are all these people Venezuelan? No, but I know that that's where they are, and that's why they're all sleeping in the police station. Okay, so I use that as an example. Home Depot, I actually have Spanish speaking people in my family, and I know a little bit myself. So we ask them, they'll tell you, they're not shy. But no, I didn't pull their paperwork. And that's what Mary was asking me. How do you know they're Venezuelan if you didn't pull their paperwork and this and this and that? So I didn't get to say that I asked them and have talked to them because I am doing some work. Then what's her name said she's doing work. So generally you can
I am
tell,
doing work.
but no, I'm not saying
What's
I'm
your
a
point?
wizard and I'm gonna go down a list and I can tell what every person is. But I actually did speak to them and it was kind of like a little joke, but it is very real. So you can go to certain places and there'll be Venezuelans in those places because that's where they at. So that was more my point. Not that I'm some wizard and I know what everyone's nationality is. In arguing dumb stuff, I had to respond with stuff. So that part is true. I don't think it's racist. That was their main complaint. I don't think it's racist. I think it's a fact. Migrants are busts heavily to Chicago, and it is a problem at Home Depot, that particular one that I'm talking about. And that's just that. It's nothing else to it. I don't know everyone in the world, whatever. Does that
So
answer, or
I
that's not good
no, yeah,
enough
no, I
either?
get it.
Okay.
Because the news source said Venezuelans, but then it's like
But I live here. Go
at
ahead.
the
I'm
same
sorry.
time, it's not just that descent, right? It's not just Venezuelans. I mean, it could be Mexicans, it could be this, that. So
It could be.
we, especially when you live in Texas, and it's not just Venezuelans who are coming over here. It has to do with a big majority of, Mexican descent coming in here too, even maybe Honduras or this or that. So we cannot just say they're all that, because that's what the statement really did sound like from you.
that they're all
And
Venezuelans.
right.
Okay. Well, in my experience going to this Home Depot, yes, I do see Mexicans from time to time. But my point was just about the large majority of migrants and Denali and other Trump supporters, or at least I'm just going off Denali. And I think a few other ones. Like he just said, that's what we voted for. So he
And that's the
recently
truth.
said
I
that
mean,
they're
I
all
voted for
gone.
Trump. That's what I
Okay.
voted for. And I live in Texas. So I do
Mhm.
know what, our great governor, what he's done, and deporting them. So what? So I'm going to be the talk of reason, because this is just, I talk very chill, but I think we knew, like, no one did say nothing about Abbott, so we knew that was happening. It's just it got misconstrued, because the way you said it was like, oh yeah, I knew they were Venice, like you knew it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't think it's so literal, but majority, and not to say that there aren't Mexicans, because I frequent that place, because as I said, I am doing a rehab currently. So I'm up there all the time. I usually have my GC speaks Spanish. I speak a little bit, but so it's not to say me saying that those Venezuelans was just a large bunch, but it doesn't eliminate, oh, there's not one Ecuadorian over there. No, there's not one Mexican. That wasn't even my point. So if it came off that I'm saying I know every single person that's at the Home Depot on the corner, I pulled their paperwork, that doesn't even, no, I'm not saying that. So if anyone was confused
But I
about
think even
that,
along the lines that you would say that they're all illegal when you can't prove that, right?
no, I just said that. Yeah, I'm not pulling anyone's
Okay.
paperwork. That's not my point. Wasn't every single person. I didn't count, so I can't even tell you, oh, all 17, all 20. I'm just was making a general statement, and generally they are Venezuelans. But is there
Right.
one, two, three, five, six that are from Mexico or some other country? Maybe. I
Well,
don't
this is
know.
what she
So
said. She was very
that's
confident
all
that
I
it.
said.
You were very
Okay.
confident that it was Venezuelans. That's, I
Yeah, and
mean,
that's my point. So do you understand, Mel's, that
No, I
that's
do.
my
I do
point?
understand. Yeah, I do get
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I'm not
The
doing
thing
a
about it, though, I'm
DNA
gonna
test,
say
Mary,
well, you're
on them.
backpedaling, but that's cool.
I didn't do a
the thing.
DNA test, and nor did I say I was going to. What I said was Denali. I thought Trump got rid of all the illegals because that's what he said. They're all gone. And I said, hey, I went to Home Depot, and what happened? So it was
Right.
like
And you assumed they were
a
illegal.
little jig. They are, a lot of them are.
You assumed that they all were, and you don't know that.
Okay. Does that make you
And
feel
that's
better?
where they were
I mean, we're
saying
just
that
speaking
that
facts.
comment was racist.
Okay.
That's what
And
they
I
were
gave,
saying.
but when I
Shit, hey
said that
y'all,
I don't
the
know,
mass majority of them people at Home Depot is illegal. Let's not
right?
Mm,
front.
But that's what I
but
Because if
like,
they
said.
had those
But
skills and they had the ability to work in this country, they wouldn't be standing out at a Home Depot. That's just a fact. I
that's
don't
what
know
I.
if they're Venezuelan or not, but I know this. Now, I may not be able to tell the difference from where somebody came from, El Salvador or Guatemala or Honduras, but when it comes to Asians, I can tell you the difference. Look at a person and say, okay, he's Chinese, he's Korean, he's Filipino, and he's Vietnamese. I can do that. I got that skill. My radar is 100%, well, 98%
mm,
accurate when it comes to Asians. I promise you that.
So let me see. So Mel's, was it a point of this whole argument? Did I? So me saying a lot of them majority, because I think that's what I said, majority. That means I counted every one of them. It's 100%, and where
Well, let me tell you something too, Chill. Me, I don't get offended really easy. It didn't offend me at all. I don't care. But I think it's hypocritical if because and I'm not saying it to you. Like I'm not saying this like it has nothing to do with you. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. I just think it's very hypocritical when it comes to the left because Trump can say exactly something like that and it'll say, "Oh, he's a racist." Oh, can you believe he said that? That's the problem I have with the left.
Okay, I get the left and the right argument, because that's what's happening all the time. But me saying majority of them were illegal, what was racist about that? That they're not illegal, they're Mexican, not Venezuelan. What? I didn't even get it.
I think the term was that you can tell what someone is, one, and then two, if they're standing out in front of Home Depot, then they are illegal. That's
Okay,
I think
okay,
that's the
and
main.
that's heartbreak. That's racist.
I don't.
I like I
Hey,
said,
Mr. Denali.
Oh my goodness, Yo-Yo.
No,
Yes.
but
Oh, yep.
maybe
Here
the
she
comment
go.
I
Here
made,
she
it could
go.
have been a normal conversation, but then the name calling starts. It could have
Okay.
been just
No,
a normal
I agree with you.
conversation back and forth.
I
Like,
agree with
hey,
you.
that's not what I said, or hey,
I,
that's not what I meant. And it could have been a
I,
normal conversation back and forth, but immediate name calling. And
I
you already
agree.
know that doesn't apply.
I agree with you, and I tried to stop
That's
it.
all I was saying is that the name calling is
I
unnecessary.
got you. The name calling definitely is unnecessary. But listen, out of this last 25, 30 minutes, we got our second challenge. 2CHILL has challenged Yo-Yo to
No,
a,
I challenge to chill. Get it right.
oh, okay, she accepted your challenge. Okay, you're right. 2CHILL accepted Yo-Yo's challenge.
Because she called me dumb.
She's putting her trophy up on the line, which will take place on June 11th. And we have 2CHILL on the record, okay? And Yo-Yo on the record as well. All right? So,
You notice now. You notice Ek said something. This girl didn't come out her bag. She didn't go crazy on him. I want you to ask her what is
What
her
are you talking
problem.
about?
He pretty much said the same thing I said. Maybe just something else, but she ain't going crazy
Well,
on him.
Chill, I don't know what you said. All I'm saying, I don't know what you said.
I know you from Chicago, Ek.
Thing
So
is,
and
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 is
he just
yeah. But
played.
what
Well,
I said
this
to Chill was
EK, we
the
simply
vast
said that with
majority of them
what's going
people.
on with ICE right now, EK, that we didn't think the illegals would be standing out in front of Home Depot at this point in June 6th, like, in June 2nd because of what's going on with ICE. Like, why would an illegal be standing out in front of Home Depot?
now what you
That's
just
all
say,
we're saying.
Ek.
Well,
Say it again.
that's a legitimate argument. That's a
I'm
legitimate
just
argument.
saying. So that's all I'm
But
saying is we
if
were like, yeah, right. Like,
He can't even
and then why
talk.
would
You
you
see,
assume
she
that they
wow.
are?
She's just on 10. Nobody
Why
can
would you
say
assume that
nothing.
they are?
You gotta just feel. You need to feel better about yourself. So everything
Why would we
anybody
assume
say,
that
you
they
cut them
are? EK,
off.
what happened
You
was she
pop
said
off.
that
You just press.
illegals she said, Mr. Denali, I thought you said that Trump got rid of all the illegals. I went to Home Depot and there was illegals outside. And I jumped in and said, why would you assume they're illegal because they're in front of Home Depot? That's a racist thing to say. And then she snapped out with name calling. That's how it went. That's what was said. So I'm going to be honest about what happened. She's unable to, but I will. That's what happened. And that's what I said.
You
And that's it. And then she started name
Denali, can you
calling
play
EK
it
because she
back?
can't have an intellectual conversation.
okay, all
She
right.
Look, now
started
she keep
name
going.
calling.
She's
That's what
so
happened.
poor baby.
I
You
can't
too
play
old
it
for this
back.
girl.
I
No,
can't.
you're too old. You're the one with the name calling.
All right, ladies. I
I'm
think
You
that
already.
started name
okay,
calling. So
ladies.
who's too old?
My thing is, we were coming to a solution. You guys, Yo-Yo has challenged 2CHILL. 2CHILL graciously has accepted the challenge. It's going to happen on June the 11th, as you can see right behind you on the banner. June 11th, IQ.
what day is that,
That's a
Mr.
Wednesday,
Denali? What day
7
of the
p.m.
week? A Wednesday?
EST. That's a Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there for that one. I gotta see it because actually it's two very capable ladies going at it. So, but I gotta throw, just based on the political leanings, I gotta go with Yo-Yo. But I think Chill will be a worthy opponent. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see because Yo, we rock together, Yo-Yo. But 2CHILL, I think you'll put up a good, probably better than Walker Bay. And I was very impressed with Walker Bay. I didn't think the dude was gonna get three answers right. So.
Really? You had such a low
No.
bar for Walker Bay.
I mean, I like Walker Bay, but come on, let's face it,
All
man.
right.
Come on, he ain't
Okay.
the sharpest tool
Well,
in the
well,
toolbox, man. Come
listen,
on.
we have another one here. Yo-Yo put her